While Jason 1 gets depressed and emotionally confused trying to find a specific grain of sand in an infinite beach, we delve into Jason 2's psyche. And it made all the difference. Hey, Commander Fennec here, and okay, don't hate the chicken, hate the multidimensional universe, but I'm going to have to barge in for a mo and compare this show to Sliders. What? Again? Just hear me out. Sliders, at least the first couple of seasons, was a fun and original show, as our protagonist leapt from world to world, and what was fun was how different the worlds were. Well, kinda like the last couple of episodes of Dark Matter. Yeah, kinda. But now, as Jason 1 tries to refine his technique, we mostly get slight variations on a theme, and I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little bored. You finished? Oh yeah, go ahead. Thank you. Okay, that's indeed a valid concern, but hasn't it become clear by now that this is more of a psychological analysis of an impossible situation? But it's true, there is the risk of it becoming boring. So, to keep it interesting, this episode focuses more on Jason 2, to help us understand what makes him tick. All while Jason 1 seems to get closer to Amanda. I'd say that's Stockholm Syndrome. Bit harsh. The worlds change around him, and they are now the only constants in their lives. If he doesn't find his world soon, would it be such a bad alternative? You're talking about the woman who you think is somehow tampering with the worlds they go into. Hence Stockholm Syndrome. Oh, I see. You think she's running the clock down or the ampules to get him to settle? Would that be so surprising? She actually does mention that they're running out of ampules, although there doesn't seem to be that much of a feeling of urgency because of it. No, merely depression and the realization of the daunting and likely impossible task before them. And meanwhile, we spend more time with Jason 2, and again, he doesn't feel like the most terrifying foe imaginable, as the show's promo states, does he? No, but he looks like the very personification of be careful what you wish for. He wants to get his perfect life, and he's making so many mistakes with his new family in the process, which causes a lot of unnecessary tension. He's acting like a bit of an insensitive oaf, really. Yeah! And he nearly killed his son because he didn't know he had a nut allergy. And so, Danielle is becoming suspicious. Which leads to an ending I could see a mile away. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, we'll get to that soon enough. I thought her growing suspicions were well-founded, as Jason 2 is different from Jason 1 in many small regards, which she's noticed, as any loving partner would. But she'll never guess the real reason why that's the case. Who could ever guess that? Which is why she latches onto the idea he's shooting up. Because she saw marks on his arm? Okay, but how come she didn't notice them before? I mean, they have sex all the time according to her, so do they do it with their clothes on or something? Like animals? You know how hung up some Americans are about sex, so maybe. But it's the exploration of his thought processes that are interesting, as he discusses his troubles with that world's version of Amanda, who happens to also be a psychologist. Like when he's feeling this close to packing it all in and jumping into another world because of all the mess he's made in this one. To mess up the life of yet another Jason. The guy's a menace. It's like he never grew up. Makes me wonder if Jason 1 isn't the first Jason 2 has messed with. Jason 2 never had a stable relationship, unlike Jason 1 had with Danielle, leading to more uncontrolled impulsivity. It does make for an interesting exploration, especially when Jason 1 begins stalking an alternate version of himself, and it's dawning on him that maybe he too can do the same. There's a darkness in both Jasons, but one's closer to the surface than the other, hence Danielle's growing doubts about him, which leads her to follow him to his secret storage unit, managing to get a vial of that brain juice and convincing Ryan to analyze it. Which leads us to the ending. Which I saw a mile away. Okay, good for you. But I, for one, enjoyed seeing Ryan again. Poor Ryan. Too clever and too insecure for his own good. Seems all Ryans must suffer. So Ryan totally freaks out because Jason 2's brain juice is so similar to the compound he's working on himself. So what does he do? In true foolish man syndrome, he confronts Jason 2 about it on his own. Don't the people who do this ever watch movies where this happens? Apparently not. Thankfully, Jason 2 isn't evil enough to kill him. But evil enough to strand him in another dimension. With friends like these, eh? It's probably a fate worse than death, really, and I guess we'll never see him again. Like Layton from Jason 2's universe, forever searching for Jason and Amanda in an infinite corridor. Or Layton from Jason 1's universe on his one-way trip to find himself or something. And to make matters worse for Jason 1, Jason 2 makes good on his decision to seal the box concreting it over. Not only would this stop Jason 1 from returning, I'm sure he'll find a way. But it's also symbolic. It shows Jason 2 will not run away and is determined to fix the mess he's made with Jason 1's family. But not with Ryan. Ryan's gone, McCloud. And that concrete means it's game over for Jason 1, man. Game over. Nah, if he's curious about it, while on the same dose of the brain juice, he could open another door thinking about sledgehammers, grab a few tools, come back to the concreted door, and sledge away. Lucky the doors open into the box, eh?